Y'all, Resident Evil trailer just dropped. The movie by Zach Greger. Oh man, he dude that made Weapons and I think Barbarian. I think that's what it's called. I haven't seen Barbarian, but Weapons was amazing. And y'all had if y'all ever seen any of those movies, y'all know how his mind is. So this is like the breakdown of the trailer.
Bar none, my most visually gonzo movie.
Gonzo? What is Gonzo? What does that mean?
All right, I'm Zach Kreger. This is the teaser for Resident Evil, which is coming out September 18th. Okay, so basically, my rule for this movie was to just try and make a movie that felt like my experience of playing the games, that could live in the world of Resident Evil. So this, I feel like this movie takes place alongside the events of Resident Evil 2.
Okay. Resident Evil 2?
Think that
freaking go.
Everything that's going on in the police station could be happening in this world. This is just another dude on another mission on the other side of town.
If you have not watched this trailer yet, you need to watch it for real. This trailer was amazing. Great trailer. Holy smoke.
And like what's going on with him. So yeah, I mean, it's not canon in that I'm not using the characters, but it's canon in that it lives in the world. Actual, day of reckoning and Raccoon City. Okay. So he, this movie follows the characters. He's outside of Raccoon City. He's got to get into the center.
All right, do y'all see them opening the drawers? Is that paying homage to the game?
This movie follows the characters. He's outside of Raccoon City.
He's scavenging. So y'all know if you ever play Resident Evil, you're literally looking for materials all the time.
Got to get into the center of it.
Reloading the gun, showing the bullets. Is that paying homage to Resident Evil 2? I mean Resident Evil also. I think so. It is paying homage to. That's
and
pretty
we're kind
cool.
of with him as he goes through this gauntlet of set pieces. He gets deeper and deeper into town.
Reaching for the keys. Always getting some type of. Always some type of keys in Resident Evil.
Gauntlet of
always.
Set pieces. He
gets is that another touch that Zach is putting on it? I mean, reach for keys in a whole bunch of movies. Like they have shots like this, but am I reaching? I might be reaching. I'll probably reach
deeper and deeper into town, and
I don't know, stuff getting dragged. That's definitely Resident Evil. Like other movies too.
What I love about the games is that every set piece brings with it unique new horrors.
I'm so happy that he is putting other creatures in the movie, because Resident Evil is not only zombies. I seen somebody say, why is they putting this big old blob? Like they seem like it's different creatures in the game. Resident Evil is not only zombies. What is y'all talking about? Have y'all never played a Resident Evil game before?
I wanted the rhythm to feel like it was always changing. It was.
That's gonna be terrifying.
And so I wanted the rhythm to feel like it was always changing.
Like what is that?
It was always shifting. You were always facing increasingly bigger
some zombies right there. Dang, him by himself. This game is gonna be
resource
terrifying.
Management and health and things like that. So I really did use a lot of cues from the games on how to build this thing out.
Resource management, health. Okay.
Yeah, it's a love letter to the games, which I fully obsessively love. All right, so one of the things that I love about Resident Evil is the
med kit. Y'all think it's gonna be a herb in there? I'm probably
graduation from gun to gun to gun. So you can see in the first shot here, he's got a pistol. That's the first weapon that he acquires. As he progresses, he'll graduate to the shotgun, and then ultimately he'll get an MP5.
Okay.
That's one of the fun things about playing these games is whenever you get the new weapon, you're like, oh, fucking thank God. Thank God. And so his character kind of has that reaction as he does it. A lot of this movie is like third person, so there's a steady cam following Austin, our actor, and it was really a dance between him and our camera operator. So,
would y'all rather have this in first person? Like the newer Resident Evil games, like Requiem and Biohazard and Village, would y'all want the first person, or I mean, Resident Evil is known for third person, but new ones are first person. I think what would be really cool if they switch between third and first, but I don't think
we'll see. A really wide lens, and we're kind of over his shoulder, and so when he looks left, we like pivot around to look left, and when he looks right, we swing around and look right. So I really try to incorporate just the visual language of the games into the movie. There's also, you know, a fair amount of first person shooter stuff in this movie that is, you know, the games utilize sometimes, but really just like you're behind the character, and when they look right, you look right. When they look up, you look up, and just letting that be the most common visual language of the movie, I should say, is very much from the games. This is for sure, bar none, my most visually gonzo movie by far. The great thing about how I like to play Resident Evil, especially the first time I play one of the games, I like to go really slow through the world and just kind of drink it in and try and immerse myself. You know, I'm pretending I'm there, like we all probably do when we play games. So you know, Austin is our main character, Brian, I should say. He's moving slowly through this world. So, you know, if you've seen any of my other movies, you know I like to kind of like creep through these dreadful spaces, and Resident Evil is like the perfect playground for a guy like me who likes to just, you know, really take his time turning down a hallway, opening a door, you know, and waiting for that Jack-in-the-Box moment.
This stuff moving?
So you know,
am I tripping?
You know, waiting for that Jack-in-the-Box moment.
Something moving right there, unless that's him.
So you know, that's kind of what Austin's doing here, as he finds this abandoned farmhouse. I was a massive fan of Austin after working on Weapons, and I'm a bigger fan of him after making Resident Evil with him. He's so fascinating. He's the perfect avatar for the viewer. And what I wanted to do a Resident Evil movie where you're not following a badass with military training. You're following your average gamer like me. Like if I was thrust into a Resident Evil game, I would be terrified, and I would be...
Just like, what's her name? What's her name on the new Resident Evil? I haven't even played it yet. Oh, it's not Grace, is it? I can't even remember her name. It might be Grace. Dang, I can't believe... Hold on. Okay, I was right. It is Grace. This
missing like 95% of the shots I took. I would have to learn the guns as I go, because I've played with an MP5
that same way
for however many thousands of hours playing video games. But if I have one in my hand, I'm like, where's the safety? How does this work? And so I think it's just kind of fun to be following somebody with no combat experience whatsoever as they're, you know, walking through hell with a machine gun. What he's carrying is important, and he doesn't know the whole picture when he accepts the job of what he's been tasked with. And Austin is just kind of this like perfect, very lovable, but by no means badass guy.
Like he's on a mission.
And his reactions to the horrors is I love it. I love it.
And it looks like there's a chance that we might not get to talk to each other again.
I just really love the idea of like you're moving through a sewer, you have no idea what's in front of you, and you come around a corner and you see a gigantic, obese, naked, hairless man just sitting facing you. It's like, to me, it's just like what is about to go down. I like the question there, and what does go down, I am also pretty happy with. Honestly, it's like part of the inspiration for the look of this guy comes from the book Blood Meridian. There's a character called the Judge in that book who's described as like a 7 foot tall, you know, maybe albino, hairless man.
Homer,
I love the image of that guy. And so this is just my little nod to one of my favorite books of all time. And it's like I don't have a nemesis in this movie, you know, that the games use, which is like this gigantic hulking, you know, Terminator that's following you. But this is also like a little bit of a nod to the nemesis. I don't want to give too much away.
Fire it'd be to have a nemesis on this game.
Of whatever it is that's coming out of the door, but I will
kind of sad about that. I ain't gonna lie.
There's a mechanic that I've put into this movie that is, it might be in some of the games, and I just can't remember it being in some of the games, but basically it's the way the infected interact with each other, and it's something that kind of pursues him throughout the movie. And so I don't want to say too much, but I'm really excited for how this specific creature, for lack of a better term, how it changes
to each other,
and how it evolves over the course of the film is really fun. Believe it or not, this movie doesn't utilize zombies that much. It's much more focused on like the weird creature stuff than the zombies. There's really only 2 scenes, maybe 3 actually, now that I think about it, where there's like proper zombie stuff going on, and 2 of those 3 are in this trailer. There's this one right here, and then there's the one where he's running through the city streets and zombies are like detonating around him. But other than that, it's not the I wouldn't call this like a zombie movie necessarily.
How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all like it being more creatures? Because it's plenty of creatures in Resident Evil game. Or would y'all want more zombies? I don't know how I feel about that. Because I haven't seen the movie, but I think either way, it's gonna be fire.
I just feel like you have this opportunity for the T virus to do all these.
Exactly, you got the opportunity. Great answer to that. You got the T virus that does all this crazy stuff to the creatures, and why not put it in a movie? We have millions of zombie movies.
Really fascinating things to the human body and to the world around you, and so to just limit it to zombies feels like a squandered opportunity. So, so I tried to, really vary it up.
Some things have happened.
Okay, great. So I'm glad you picked on the drawers and the empty shotgun, because one of the things that like is so integral to playing Resident Evil is you're constantly searching for healing items and ammunition, right? And that's what he's doing in these scenes where he's going through the drawers. He's found a shotgun. He's got no shells. He's got to find the shells. So he's got to like comb this house for these like vital, bits of ammunition. And so you can't really do a proper, love letter to the games without that. And so I've also hidden some, I think you can see one in this trailer maybe. There's a plant camera
he put the
left over his right shoulder. You can kind of see it in the movie. The shot pulls back farther and you can see it. But I took the green herb from Resident Evil 4 and I replicated the bucket exactly. You can see the bucket there at the very end of that shot with the like the horizontal copper striping on it, and the herb is like exact for the Resident Evil 4 thing, which is probably the game I've played the most out of this series is 4. Even though this probably lives in the world of 2, I just wanted to use a little bit of 4 in here, just because it's my favorite. And I also have some other items from 4 that are kind of scattered around in this movie that people will notice. As much as 4 is the game I've played the most.
Was there anything in this shot that's in 4? I can't tell.
People will notice. As much as 4 is the game I've played the most, I don't think it's very scary. 4 does not do nearly as much atmospheric heavy lifting as later games do.
Look where you are.
Me, the scariest moment in a Resident Evil game is in 8 when you're being pursued by the giant baby in the dark of that the basement. So some of the games after 4, I think, actually do a better job of building dread and suspense and terror. But the reason that I keep coming back to 4 is because the world is so big, the game is so huge. The mechanics are fantastic, and it does lean a little bit more action than some of the more horror-centric ones. But I don't know. I find it so relentlessly playable. I'm always interested in how it kind of goes from location to location to location, and you got to go through. At some point you're on a boat, and then you're on like a Indiana Jones Temple of Doom kind of mine cart thing going around. There's there's so much to do in that game, and I think that's something that I really dug about 4, is that you're not just trapped in one mansion and you've got to unlock a room and then go here and then unlock another room. You're moving through a world. And so that's something that I really took from that game in particular. And one of the other things that is in this movie that comes directly from the games is the need for keys and for padlocks being barriers. If you've ever played one of these games, you know that you always come to a lock.
I was about to say, I was wondering if they was going to do padlocks, and I knew they was going to do keys and locks. I was wondering if they're going to do any puzzles. He puts puzzles in
or
this
you
game.
don't have what you need to get
That's
to the
gonna
other
be
side,
amazing.
and you have to go through hell to get the key to get out of here. And so that happens, I'd say, about 4 times over the course of this movie, where he's like,
That's perfect.
what is with all the fucking padlocks, man? Anyone who's played the games will recognize exactly, what I'm doing.
That's dope.
I had a little bit of a problem on the road. I was wondering if I could use your phone.
It takes place almost in real time, but not really. There's a lot of time jumps, but yeah, it takes place over the course of one evening. I'm sort of existing just adjacent to it because I'm not obsessed with the timeline. For me, it's like this is the first night that the T virus has broken out, and in this movie, it is like started in Raccoon City, and he's got to go straight into the eye of the storm. So that's the deal. So I believe that when Leon arrives at the police station, that's still kind of like day 0, right, where shit's freshly gone wrong. So that's the timeline. Now I know that Raccoon City gets nuked, and I'm a little fuzzy on the timeline of when the nuke drops versus the day Leon sets foot in the police station. That nuking doesn't happen in this movie, which is why I'm not totally like brushed up on all that stuff. But so yeah, this exists on like day 1 Raccoon City. Shit just went south.
Awesome. That scene is right there. I can't wait for that scene.
I was very, very fortunate to have a studio and a production company that really supported me and never got in the way of we got to make sure we're doing X, Y, or Z. Like I was given nothing but support, and so I know there's all kinds of other stories you hear about filmmakers dabbling with IP and running into all sorts of frustrations, but I truly didn't have that.
I'm in a seriously messed up situation right now.
Wait. Dang, I can't. I want the main character to come across a puzzle and just realize who designed this exactly. Who doesn't have a moment where you go to a dangerous place to crank up? Yep. I'll be very disappointed. No, this time is fine since probably is not his act. I'm bringing Green Herd to the cinema. Dude, IGN to show footage from Resident Evil 3 when Mrs. Resident Evil. Wait, did he? I didn't even recognize. Wait. I didn't even recognize when they showed Resident Evil. Boy, how did I miss that? How did I miss that? Man, I can't believe I missed that. I'm terrible. In the way they actually labeled as Resident Evil 2 the left part. How did I miss that? I haven't meant. Oh yeah, got you. Cause he's throwing Nemesis. That's why. I love how decorated trailers are cut. He shows enough. You interested? Yep. Mention blood. RP. Can't wait to. September 28th. I can't wait. I cannot for this. How do y'all feel about it, man? I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited. How do y'all feel about it? Let me know in the comments. This is my first like movie trailer because it's about a game too. So that's why I react to it. This is about Resident Evil. But super excited. I'll be there day 1. Shout out to Zach Craig because he's a monster. He's a great producer. Sheesh. But yeah, let me know how I feel about it. Got any more anything else y'all want me to react to? Let me know. Please like, share, subscribe, new if y'all did, if y'all are, man. Yep.